Hello, welcome back to a chapter a day. Happy Thursday. I'm kind of like, it's like, after 2 p.m. So I'm still within the day. It's a little later than I usually would, but that's okay. Once I catch the day, it's a chapter a day. So yesterday we were reading Judges, the 11th chapter of Judges, and we read about some strange things where we had Jephthah, who was the son of someone named Gilead, I believe, of the tribes, one of the tribes of Israel. He was chosen to be the head of Israel for war against the Ammonites, and he was given the victory after he vowed to the Lord that he would sacrifice the first thing that comes, whatever comes to him from his house to meet him after the battle. He will offer that as a burnt offering. Sometimes I wonder why we say certain things. Oh, okay. And it so happened, who should come to meet him as he returned from battle but his daughter, his one and only child, his one and only daughter. And he chose to go ahead and observe his vow to God. And I guess I'm still wondering, was this a burnt sacrifice that he did? But he gave her 2 months to go ahead and have have time with her friends, etc., etc. And then she came back, and it said he did according to his vow. So I don't know if God would accept a burnt sacrifice, a human sacrifice, but he did with his son, didn't he? Yeah, it's the same thing. Although Jesus wasn't burnt, he was crucified. But it just leaves me wondering, oh my goodness. They always say, be not hasty with thy mouth to make vows to God, because you should keep it when you do make it. So be sure when you make a vow to God, it's something you know you can keep. Okay, so today, chapter 12 is what we'll be reading, and it's a short chapter, so we should not be long. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward and said unto Jephthah, Wherefore passest thou over to fight against the children of Ammon, and didst not call us to go with thee? We will burn thine house with fire. What's wrong with the children of Ephraim? When Gideon went to fight, it's the same thing. They approached him and was asking why he didn't invite them. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, but with the children of Ephraim, some strange stuff. The men of Ephraim, anyway. Verse 2. Now they are threatening to burn Jephthah's house because he didn't invite them to go fight with him. And Jephthah said unto them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, you delivered me not out of their hands. And when I saw that you delivered me not, I put my life in my hands and passed over against the children of Ammon, and the Lord delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are you come up unto me this day to fight against me? Then Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought with Ephraim. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, Ye Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites. And the Gileadites took the passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites. And it was so, that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, Let me go over, that the men of Gilead said unto him, Art thou an Ephraimite? If he said, Nay. Then said they unto him, Say now Shibboleth. And he said Sibboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passages of Jordan, and there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 42,000. Every day I read about some of these accounts, I cease not to be totally amazed and confused at times about what's going on with these people. Okay, so here's what's happened so far in these 6 verses. Jephthah just finished fighting with the Ammonites. He had to sacrifice his daughter in whichever way. I'm not sure if she was just remaining celibate, maybe living in the sanctuary for the rest of her life as I don't know, or if she really was burnt. I have no clue. But now he's confronted by the men of Ephraim. Apparently they did not go with him to fight the Ammonites, and now they're coming to burn his house. That's what they're threatening to do, because he did not invite them. So Jephthah is telling them, I came to you and you delivered me not. You didn't help me out. So I went and I put my life in my own hands, and I prayed to God, and God delivered me, or delivered the Ammonites into my hands. So the men of Ephraim are still wanting to fight against him, because apparently they are saying that the Gileadites are fugitives of their tribe. So apparently the Gileadites are like an offshoot of the children of Ephraim, which came under the Manasseh. So Ephraim and Manasseh are Joseph's two sons. So those Ephraimites and Manassites are from Joseph's sons. So the Gileadites apparently came off of them, and they are kind of telling them that they are not part of the Ephraimites or the Manassites. So apparently the Ephraimites that escaped from Jephthah, when they wanted to pass over, they were saying that they maybe were they were trying to say they were not Ephraimites. So in order to test them, the Gileadites had them say a word, Shibboleth, and they couldn't pronounce Shibboleth. They said Sibboleth, and they realized they were Ephraimites, so they slew them. I don't know if to laugh, be just staring into space and wondering what's going on, or I don't know. But verse 7, and Jephthah judged Israel 6 years. Then died Jephthah the Gileadite, and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. And after him Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel. And he had 30 sons and 30 daughters, whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons. And he judged Israel 7 years. Then died Ibzan, and was buried at Bethlehem. And after him Elon, a Zebulunite, judged Israel, and he judged Israel 10 years. And Elon the Zebulunite died, and was buried in Aijalon, in the country of Zebulun. And after him Abdon, the son of Hillel, a Pirathonite, judged Israel, and he had 40 sons and 30 nephews, that rode on threescore ass colts, and he judged Israel 8 years. And Abdon, the son of Hillel, the Pirathonite, died, and was buried in Pirathon, in the land of Ephraim, in the mount of the Amalekites. That's the end of chapter 12. I'm wondering sometimes, why do they give this information about his sons and nephews, writing on how many ass colts, and whatever the reason they gave it, I read it, and that's the end of chapter 12. So after Jephthah fought against the Ammonites, he ruled Israel. So I guess he was a judge. Okay, just as I guess Gideon was considered a judge too, I'm not quite sure. But Jephthah, after him Ibzan, then Elon, then Abdon. So, oh my gosh. And the tribes are warring against each other too, because some of them have maybe intermarried with other nations and have become apart from the original tribes. And when they are confronted, I guess they go to war with some of their brethren. So that's what's happening too. Oh man, nothing new under the sun. Sometimes we have wars in our own homes with our own siblings. So I guess we can't be too surprised as to what's going on, or what went on with the children of Israel in the wilderness. So that's the end of our reading for today. Please remember, faith comes by the hearing of God's word. So until our next reading, take care. Bye.